it's more or less it's a comet that's they're saying is an interstellar kind of. Some people are saying it's aliens,
Aliens.
but I don't know
I,
all the I don't know all the information.
I just
behind
think it's blacks
it.
in the form of. I don't know, man. Let's research more about it. All right, so we got
31 Atlas. Astronomers debunk theories as studies reveal galactic cosmic ray effects. Okay, 31 Atlas has sparked widespread interest since its discovery and offer clues about alien life. I think the whole purpose of the alien life is like it's coming at us and it was not like created in our solar system and they're saying like it was sparked in another solar system.
I feel
to,
like
I don't know.
the topic about life, like I do believe aliens are real. I do believe aliens are real
I don't know.
because when you think about it, biology, in a retrospect, is the study of life. But like, there's
Mhm.
so much that we don't know about life itself, and
Yeah,
life in other places could be very different than what we expect
like here on Earth.
here on Earth.
Right.
Like,
And then another thing is there's like how many different galaxies there are that we know like all right. This is just okay, 2 trillion. So
yeah, one of them is like Super Mario Galaxy, and this.
no, but like in all the universe with there being that many like 2 trillion is like a number that most of us can't even like comprehend like like trillion because like billion I heard this this the way that they put it is like a millionaire it would take you I don't know like let me find that thing that I'm
I
talking
don't
about.
think I could count to that number.
Yeah, like
Let
it
me
would
see.
take you forever to count
Okay, we
that
got
number.
one,
It's so
two. What comes after two?
right.
Shoot, I forgot. But yeah, man. Did you hear that Elon Musk is gonna be the first trillionaire? Expected to be the
I
first
did hear that.
trillionaire. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's with
How can
all the and that's with like all of his businesses and stuff. But also with the robots that he's creating. Have you seen the
yeah?
robots he's creating?
I haven't seen the robots.
So he's like
Yeah,
making
let's
some
see the
AI
robots.
robots. Um,
Optimus.
yeah, I don't know really much about it, but I think it's just supposed to be
That is
so like it would
crazy.
cost that much. That's something that I saw. This is like the newest thing I guess he's trying to
You get
develop.
30 grand. That's like the value of my house, bro. It's the
He's I don't know exactly what it's supposed to. It's supposed to be just, I guess, like a basic, like a human or an AI assist assister.
That
Is
would
that
be
a word?
so cool. I'll be like, robot, go fetch me some beer. Look at Elon Musk.
So yeah, I don't know exactly about it.
This could be very, this could be very good or very bad for humanity. Like when you think it, when you think about it, humans are already lazy.
Dude.
We already are lazy.
Yeah,
Like
we use AI so much.
we
it
use
doesn't
AI. Like this future generation that's coming up is so cooked. They
Yeah.
can. I'm telling you, bro. They cannot think out the box.
Yeah.
They they don't even know what a box is.
They don't.
They don't even know what a box is. They have to chat GPT now.
Yeah. So, like with us, like obviously we didn't get AI until probably like I didn't even use AI in high school
I didn't use it till
because
this
it
year.
wasn't really that popular like when I
Yeah.
was in high school. Like I know some people probably used it and but for the most part I didn't really like see a purpose for it. Like high school wasn't that hard. I didn't really
Yeah.
need to use it. College is a different story. It can other than just like blatantly cheating. Uh, you can use the tool just to like an assignment that would take you 4 or 5 hours to do, like a project or something, you can do in like literally 30 minutes.
Yeah. You.
All you have to do is change it into the way that you want it to be, and that's helped me in a lot of classes, save my time, where I could do other things. But
Like
The
AI,
stuff, it's just good.
yeah, man. Like AI has given us the liberty to have more time, more use of our time that we sometimes don't see is being consumed by the things like the task you said, like
Mm-hmm.
a project that might take 5 hours is
Right.
dwindled down to 30 minutes. Man, that's a that's a crazy.
So I saw, well, speaking about AI, there was this guy, the founder of OpenAI.
Open AI.
His name is, what is his name? Sam Altman, yeah. He's the founder of it. He went on a podcast with Tucker Carlson, and I need to find the exact story.
We need to bring him here. Yeah, we need to email him. Like, hey, you need to come to our
Go to the
podcast. Be
podcast.
like,
Altman. There we go. So basically, there was like a guy that had committed suicide that was working with OpenAI,
yeah,
and his point was, did you have anything to do with it? And it looked like a murder, but it was framed as a suicide. I think we could probably just watch the video on it. See if we can watch it on Instagram from here.
yeah. That's where I get all my news from. I can't hear anything.
You can't hear anything?
No.
Oh, it's muted. You got it now?
I can hear something now.
I don't know how long this audio is. I think it was 2 minutes or something. So,
Well,
kind
first off, Sam Altman looks very defensive.
yeah,
He is very.
that was one of the very like big points people pointed out. It was like he looks very defensive, and that he's rehearsed his stories in his head, and
It's, he even like. You can see him like come out as the victim of like when Tucker asks more questions, you can see him like start getting nervous and try to backwards the narrative and onto why Sam is actually, or why Tucker Carlson is asking those questions.
Yeah.
And we've already experienced many whistleblowers like be shut off for speaking about other people, what's on their mind. Like the most recent one is Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
I still don't believe Jeffrey Epstein killed himself.
No, I don't either. I think there was a sign of a struggle, and I think that was actually pointed out. He because right, he was in prison right when it happened, and they said he hung himself in prison.
Apparently,
I think
yeah.
that was the story. But I don't think. I mean, looking into this stuff, it looked like there was a sign of a struggle. Let's look up just to see if we can pull up anything like related to that. Who do we trust? Do we trust the DOJ? Okay.
The site not to be found. Well, in one of the documents that showed how Jeffrey Epstein, a surveillance camera actually pointing to his cell, you can see a little bit of tampering going on in the video clip itself. So,
listen to this. Nearly 4 years later, the AP has obtained more than 4,000 pages of documents related to his death. Why do we need 4,000 documents based on his death if it was just a hanging? I mean, that's unbelievable. Is this the actual documents? What is this? Suicide Watch. Stable procedures. I don't know what that is.
I guess.
He was placed on suicide watch, right? Jail officers noted in logs that they observed him sitting at the edge of the bed, lost in thought and sitting with his head against the wall. Expressed frustration with the noise in the jail at his lack of sleep. Epstein didn't have his sleep apnea breathing apparatus he used. The day before Epstein ended his life, a federal judge unsealed about 2,000 pages of documents in the sexual abuse lawsuit against him. Prison officials observed further eroded Epstein's previous elevated status. But it's not going to say anything about him hanging himself on quotations. Yeah, okay, here we go. Hanging or strangulation. Strangulation. Here we go. Blah, blah, blah. Died in New York City jail. Right. Study of 175 cases of suicidal hangings over a 5-year period found that the fractures of that bone associated cartilages. The injuries the medical examiner found in Jeffrey Epstein's throat were detected in 68% of cases, and the proportion of fractures increased with the age of the deceased. Study of 40 cases of suicidal hangings. Had fracture of both the hyoid bone and thyroid cartilage. Okay, well, it's saying that it was 17%, like the bones that he had broken in his neck were 72.5% of suicidal hangings, but okay, that makes sense. They're just drawing the point of like strangulation from up high from when a person would do it most likely. But who's to say that someone didn't come in there and say, "You better hang yourself, or I'm gonna do it for you."
Well, we have the
You know?
proof. If we look up the surveillance with camera footage, there's a there's a chunk cut out of it.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
it's
yeah, I
tampered
saw
with.
that. It was tampered with. There was like a, was it like 10 minutes or
10
something that got
minutes,
taken out?
13 minutes, I think.
Something like that. It was a big chunk taken out. And like, well, what was the purpose of that? You know,
Presumably during.
I think it was to protect the people that were also on the island doing the stuff that Jeffrey Epstein was. He just took the fall from it, and they was like, well, we better get this guy out of here before he tattles on us, before, you know, and then we'll go down with them. So they're just like, we're gonna take him out before he takes us all down. So
Yeah, man. Especially with how Cash Patel, the FBI director, is handling the whole
Mhm.
situation. It's like he is trying to hide something.
yeah, and I was really, um, I was upset with him because I don't know what the purpose is, if it's to protect certain people that are in office, or uh, to protect, I mean, just anybody that has a big name. I don't know what the whole deal with that is, but I was upset that they didn't release him sooner. And then him saying like, "Oh, we're working on it as fast as we possibly can." I was like,
Yeah, no,
no,
that's a big lie.
that's just a cover up. I don't know what's going on. And still, when they did release him, it wasn't like the whole thing, right?
No,
There
it
was a lot of documents that were removed.
a lot of documents were removed. A lot of documents were blacked out, specifically names,
Yeah.
which is the important part. That no matter which political side you stand with,
Mm-hmm.
we just want to know who was at that island.
Yeah.
We want to know names. Like we
Just be held accountable for their
Yeah, I want
what
accountable.
they've done. Like, but I don't know.
I think
It,
I think we're just at the tip of the iceberg at this point. We know what is going on, but we have yet to discover what is going behind the scenes, the cover ups, the
mm-hmm.
names being protected, the people being protected. Because when you think about it, say, and I'm not saying, say you and your friends got in trouble like this, and we're not gonna go into like, say we got into like legal trouble. Let's say
Mm-hmm.
you and your friends got in trouble in some sort of trouble, like say y'all went out to a party and had some fun last night, and in order to cover up for your buddies, you would say some made up story so y'all, not just you as an individual, but your buddies don't get in trouble
Mm-hmm.
for y'all's actions. I feel like that is the the whole thing going on with Cash Patel and many of the big name people in the government. He's just trying to protect these people for no apparent reason. He's either bought or he's just doing it to keep his position as the.
Probably. I think it's more. It could be both. You know.
Could be both. I mean, what is the salary of the FBI CEO or FBI director?
I'm not even sure. We can look it up. FBI director salary. So it's a decent amount.
That's gotta be more.
Cash Patel actually went on a podcast with Joe Rogan, and he was talking about how he was. This was like during the summer, I think, maybe June, maybe end of May, June. Anyways, he went on his podcast and talked about how, you know, they were trying to work on releasing the Epstein files, and Joe Rogan was asking about that and all that stuff. And he also had said that he, like Cash Patel, had been raided by the FBI at his own home. Um, and I don't know what all that was about, but I just remember that was something interesting.
The
Alright.
old director of the FBI was also raided last terms.
I put Cash with the C. Cash Patel, who is currently the director of the FBI in the Donald Trump administration, was not personally raided by law enforcement. Oh, a recent swatting. Okay. He was swatted. Isn't it the same thing as this, though?
Oh, raid. They're trying to find something
I
confiscated.
guess so.
SWAT. There's a threat inside your home, and they're trying to eliminate or neutralize.
Call is fake. No, I don't know if that's. I don't know if that's everything. Yeah, he said, because he said it himself that it was, yeah. Swatting attempt. Told podcast host Joe Rogan during an interview that he was swatted. And that was like a few months ago now, but I'm not just going to bring a case up because somebody hurt me. They did, and they continue to do so. My house just got swatted yesterday. Swatting was when a person attempts to send armed law enforcement to another person's house over a fake incident, which has led to a deadly consequence in the past. Huh.
Actually, just
So I guess
chilling.
that's just like something somebody had called it on him.
Imagine you're just chilling at your house and I don't know where
and
you
just
see her.
gets pop, pop. I don't know, that'd be insane. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know everything about Epstein files. I don't know everything about the situation. I just know the general information mostly. I don't know who was involved. Have you seen where they said that Donald Trump was actually working with the FBI during this? Have you seen that?
No, I have not seen
So
that.
it's insane. I don't know how true this was, but I saw it.
He must be like the greatest negotiator of all time.
I guess we're just going to have to cut this part out, and it'll be okay.
All right. You got cut off. You got cut loose. That is crazy.
He said, I'll have to. He said, well, originally it was, I need you to stay. I was like, yeah. I was like, dang. Oh well. And then when I got back, he said, come into my office. And I was like,
Yeah, when he said that at the gym over there, I hit your flat. I was like, oh, that man's in trouble.
and then he said, go on that trip. I was like, so to have Jonah picks me, I get to go.
That's crazy.
If Jonah don't pick me, I don't get to go.
All right, I don't know how we're going to do that, but we can cut it out somehow. I'll figure it out.
All
What are
right.
y'all doing?
Having our podcast.
We're doing a podcast.
What are y'all talking about?
Everything.
We're talking about black people.
All right.
Y'all gonna let me be a guest one day?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
23. I wrote 23. All right, so talking about this was Donald Trump working with the FBI. Let's see if we can find. Okay, they're saying he's not an informant. Blah blah blah. There was a. Here. Let's see how this was September 6th. Trump's recent comments on Jeffrey Epstein, the wealthy financer, blah blah blah. He was an FBI informant to try to take this stuff down. He continued, the president knows and has great sympathy for the women who suffer these unspeakable harms. It's detestable to him. I don't know who said that. I don't know where that quote's from.
Now, there is a theory out there that the Mossad has to do something with the relationship between Jeffrey Epstein and a lot of big name people.
The Mossad.
The Mossad.
Here, go ahead.
And the reason for this is, let me just explain it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, do you know who the Mossad is?
Not particularly.
Alright, let's just first look up who the Mossad is. So the Mossad is the National Intelligence Agency of Israel, responsible for foreign intelligence, covert operations, and counterterrorism, which was formed in 1949. So, the Mossad was, I believe, started a couple years, if not 4 years, after the birth of Israel. Uh, or so, modern Israel, the state of Israel, is officially declared an independent nation
Mm-hmm.
as of May 1948,
Okay.
which is weird. How is there already a special intelligence operation going before the birth of these
Before them
the birth of
being
the
an
nation?
independent
before.
nation, yeah.
So it's
Okay.
kind of sketchy. However, so the Mossad is basically the Israel version of the CIA,
Mm-hmm.
right? So what the Mossad did was trap in a lot of people under the idea that they're gonna go to this island and uh, unfortunately meet underage people, individuals in this island. Also, there's I don't know how many things went on in these islands, terrible things, but it's the fact that the Mossad, there's a theory that the Mossad had to do something to trap these people in this island, not physically trap them, but trap them with blackmailing. So that's why they went after all these big name people,
Mm-hmm.
government people, status people, so that they could be blackmailed, so they could be bought at some other point later on in the road.
Okay, that makes sense. Like, so you're saying basically they got these big name people and forced them to do this stuff and had the evidence that they did it to manipulate them into doing what the Mossad wants them to do.
Exactly, and it's called a honeypot basically.
Yeah.
So if you look up what a honeypot is, it's
Honeypot. Internet's being slow. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Honeypot commonly refers to a cybersecurity decoy system designed to trap and study hackers. A decoy system? So what are you talking about the honeypot has?
yeah. Well, it can be a physical and I guess a technical cybersecurity decoy,
Mhm.
but um,
You know, look up meaning as like.
it said politics, so I guess
Okay. As a person or scheme used to lure a political target into a trap, often through a romantic or sexual relationship, to gain intelligence, compromise them, or extract information for a political purpose. Yeah.
so they basically trapped a lot of these people into believing they're just gonna have fun and party out, but they're
Yeah.
basically being trapped, and so for the purpose of being exposed later on if they don't follow their agendas.
That makes sense.
And that's why the Jeffrey Epstein files are so protected and so should stay relevant, because it's a lot of people in the background trying to protect themselves and a lot of others from being shown to the public. And basically, many of these people are in our government. Many of these people own businesses inside our nation. Many of these people, individuals, are also part of other nations. It's all a sick scheme, all a sick system that has unfortunately brought the idea of having sick rituals to profit another person, like the nation of Israel or the Mossad in general.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah, there's been a lot about Israel, especially lately. Information that's coming out, things. Obviously, you talk about the war and everything that's going on there. But have you seen? This was like a couple months ago when this happened, where they sacrificed a red heifer.
I have not seen that.
Okay, so basically, the red heifer. I think it was in. Let's look up. I think it was Numbers 2:1-2. Oh, Numbers chapter 19. Okay, here it is. Okay. So, in Numbers book in the Old Testament, it talks about how the laws of purification related to death, and that they need a red heifer to make a person clean. But they've also, like ceremonially, they will sacrifice the red calf, and they will, or the red heifer, and they will it'll point in the direction where the new temple needs to be built. And so if you look like in like Revelation and stuff, it talks about how there's going to be a new temple built, and that's where the Antichrist will come in, and he will claim that he is God. Or a lot of scholars believe that, because I don't think the temple is like specifically mentioned in Revelation, but I think it's in like inferred in a way. But basically, the whole purpose of this is they did this like 2 months ago, and they said like originally, oh, this was just a test of what it might be, and then like it comes out like 2-3 months later, it's like, oh no, this was the real thing. And so where they are wanting to build this temple is where the mosques now are, the Al Sharif and the Al Aqsa mosque. I don't know how to pronounce them, but anyways, there's 2 mosques that is in Jerusalem, and the old city of Jerusalem, and they want to basically just go in and destroy them. So they're gonna have to like warfare. There's gonna be a war, and then they're gonna tear down the temple and then rebuild their own temple, and that is kind of like the big thing circulating for Christians right now that are following what's going on. They're just trying to, I don't know, it's crazy. It's like prophecy is like being fulfilled, and we're seeing it. So
And even like if you're religious or not, this is just so blatantly wrong. Like you're going to destroy somebody else's like prized position or their whole religion. You're gonna go and destroy their mosque, their churches, their temples, just to go build your own. Now how messed up that is. Like,
well, it's the purpose of Jerusalem was being part of the nation of Israel, and so they're wanting to take it back, and because they think, oh, you're building a mosque on where our God gave us the land,
but
and it's like a personal thing, and so I can understand it from that perspective, because it would basically be like somebody other than the U.S. came in and say they just took control of like the South, okay, and the U.S. was still like the North and the West, and somebody just came, like another country came in and they took over the South.
Yeah.
So basically, it would just be like that, and saying they come in and they tear down all the churches in the South, and they replace them with like some sort of other religious building,
mosque, I guess.
Yeah, or
temples,
a mosque or some kind of temple or something. It would basically just be like that.
Yeah.
So you can see how it upset them, But yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of stuff going on with the Israeli government
Yeah,
and
it's
everything and recently. So
it's a lot to comprehend and a lot to unfold, and that can be. I guess as time just starts unraveling, it's more things we can discuss this because this is not just one thing that we can discuss about for like 1 hour. This will take many
yeah.
times discussing because it is a current event. It is not what happened in the past. It is
Mm-mm.
not what happens. This is a current event that's still affecting not just Israel itself but us. Somehow we are affected not just because of Israel indirectly, but because the U.S. has ties with Israel and how at some point it might even look like how the U.S. has been bought out by Israel.
Yeah.
They're,
Well, I think it's also this that for so long we have been taught, like, I know I was taught in Sunday school and everything, that like we are to protect the nation of Israel because there's a scripture, I can't remember what the scripture was, but it was saying, just look it up.
in all honesty, what has Israel done for us?
Yeah, okay, I think it's indeed who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is your keeper, the Lord is your shade on your right hand. There is. Here it is. I will bless those who bless you and curse those who curse you, and you and all the peoples on earth will be blessed. And then Israel will not cease to the nation of the Lord, even if the heaven and earth pass away. I don't think it was that one. I'm pretty sure it's just this one is the one I was talking about. Is basically they take this version of scripture and they're like, oh, if we help Israel, then we will be blessed because I will bless those that bless you, and if we go against them, we'll be cursed. And so that kind of level of thinking has been passed down.
How do we know this is not out of context?
I don't know. I mean, 'cause this is Genesis before
This is
Israel was even a nation. This was before. That might even be before the before Noah and the ark, but I might be wrong about that too. I don't know. When was Noah and the ark biblical passage? Okay, no. So this is after. This is after. I knew it was in there. I just couldn't remember what verses because Genesis is honestly a really big book. But yeah, something I've been doing recently. I've actually. Do you know like the benefits of like fasting and stuff?
I've
Like
heard-
not just like spiritually, like the side effects that you get, physical side effects.
So I heard that the whole point of fasting is that your old cells replenish and eat the old cells. That's the
Basically, I think it's just taking reserve fat and using that as fuel, is what it does. So I've been doing it for. Let's see, it's 2:24 now. So say about 2:30. I've been going for about 38 hours of
Jeez.
no food, and so I'm gonna do probably till Friday. So that'll be about 5 days.
jeez, man.
I'm gonna try to do that. It'll be the longest time I've ever gone.
I couldn't do that. I
but-
need my Popeyes, bro. I need my.
Aaron
Oh,
Rodgers
I
actually
need
talks about
I
'cause
need
he
my 3-piece tender with the biscuit. Oh yeah, with the honey on top of it.
dude, I've been like every time I see somebody eating food, I'm like, oh my goodness.
Dude, I swear, bro. Like,
But
it's so tempting to also like. It's not even. You might have food right here, but you also went there for like
Yeah, like so.
it's like gluttony.
Gluttony. Yeah.
Gluttony. There we go.
I've done a fasting before. It was last year around this time, so I always do it when we get done with our season.
Yeah.
I've been doing that for the past 2 years now. Whenever we get done, I'll just kind of let my body like reset. I'll give it some time. Like I'll obviously, our last race, we run Friday, and then we'll go Saturday, Sunday. So I ate all those days, and then I started Sunday night at like 7. Was the last kind of meal that I had.
Yeah.
And so I've been going for that long, and it's just like a body reset. And Aaron Rodgers, if you know Aaron Rodgers, played for the Packers,
Yeah.
probably one of the greatest to ever do it. He talks about like he would go on fast and stuff during the off season, and how it was like just a reset for him to do. And I don't know exactly. So 12-day cleanse when you're eating a specific diet and going through these treatments. Takes the mental stress away. And he came out with intense gratitude. I don't know how long he did it for though. Can last days or weeks. I don't know. I think I can't remember how. Okay, I guess he. Yeah, okay, so this was the thing I saw. So he did a 4-day darkness retreat as well, where he literally just like paid for a room that was in complete darkness and sat in there for 4 days.
I would go
I think
crazy.
I don't think he ate either. So he didn't eat any food. And he literally, that was when he was going to retire, like their choice of retiring or playing for a different team. And obviously he chose in that time that he was going to play again. But kind of insane. Maybe, okay. Maybe he. I don't think he ate during this period, but I might be wrong about that. The 4 day of darkness. But I know like he does fasting all the time and stuff like that. So it's kind of just
Yeah,
I don't know. There's a lot of benefits though, because
Yeah.
like we're people like 2,000-3,000 years ago, they didn't necessarily eat every day. Like our bodies weren't made to have 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Like we really aren't. That's just like really an
Convenience.
American thing because we were so abundant in food after we had success and stuff. Like I'm not saying from the beginning people ate every day for those type of meals, but you see in our country now there's more obese people dying of obesity than they are of hunger. So it's
And the problem with that is how we feed ourselves
yeah,
and how
definitely.
accessible fast food has
Fast
become.
food, yeah, of course.
But
For the most part, though, it's
That-
we're not dying because we're starving. So I
yeah,
guess
we have a opposite problem. We have a
Overweight.
overeating problem. Like,
So
man,
fasting benefits. Fasting reduces calorie intake, obviously, and it leads to weight loss and fat burning. So that's what I was talking about. It burns the excess fats that you have in your body.
y'all need to send this to fat people, bro. I be hating.
Dude,
I be hating going to the
I've
cell
always-
aisle.
I've always wondered that. Like the My 600 Pound Life shows and stuff like that, where people will be on there and they'll be like, some of them be like 800 pounds,
Yes, bro.
and it's like literally they cannot move without assistance.
Like-
And it's like the only thing that they can do to lose weight in that scenario is to try to do physical activity, but they are also like they need to fast. Like that is the best way to burn fat for them because they have so much excess fat built up, and if they just didn't eat, like they could like seriously lose so much weight.
My biggest pet peeve is going to the store, man, and they're like, we have a big sale, big closet blowout, and I be going to the short section because I'm a runner. I be needing my smalls and my mediums preferably. But ain't nothing but extra larges, bro. I'm like, there is no fat motherfucker out in this world, out there running, dude. I swear, bro. It just it PMOs me, bro.
Yeah.
The fact that
I never thought about
I
that.
know
That's
that,
funny.
like, truly, man. I know a lot of people that could do a lot better, but it for themselves, and it's a big problem. I'm not putting all the blame on them, but it's just the fact that these fast food chains and how the culture of the American life is so fast. Like, have you
Yeah,
realized
yeah.
that?
We're all the time. We've always got something. We're so car dependent.
Yeah, like
Everything is like, oh, I gotta be here this time, this time, this time, this time, and it's like
yeah,
back in the old days they didn't do that. They didn't have really like things to do. They just kind of built their house and farmed. Like, especially in Mississippi, like there was so many small farmers. It was unbelievable.
yeah, man. You back in the day, I guess, which we refer back in the day, but that's basically 50 years ago, 100 years ago. Like,
I mean, 70 to
70,
60 to 70
yeah.
years for sure.
And it's the fact that what we used to reap is what we used to consume. Like, that's what a farmer used to be like.
And it was so much more healthier than it is
Yeah.
now. Seeing all this, the things that they're using to like produce food faster, and it's how it's changing the chemistry of
All
it.
these GMOs, man.
The
Like,
GMOs of it it's insane.
like I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I don't want to say this, but I wouldn't be surprised if cancer rates skyrocketed over the
Oh,
next
yeah.
20 years. Over all the GMOs we're putting into our body that we don't know the after effects over a prolonged period of time.
Right. Ooh, sorry. I actually saw, and you're talking about cancer.
Yeah.
There was some kind of study that shown that sugar, like processed sugar, is what's causing a lot of people to get cancer, and they're getting it at a faster rate. And I think, I mean, the best way to avoid it is obviously avoid those processed sugars, but fasting is also something that does help with that because it eliminates pretty much all the excess that you have. So
Yeah, and we realize that a lot of the Hispanic or Mexican people suffer of diabetes. Like, it's like 80% of all Hispanics.
oh my goodness,
Yeah,
hold
it's
on, let
a
me look at
big.
that. Diabetes in Hispanics.
Yeah.
There it is. No statistics.
Okay, I guess I was wrong.
Okay, total diabetes around is just about.
Was it
20%.
diabetes or was it obesity?
Might be obesity. I don't know. 80% is a high number.
Have you ever seen a skinny Mexican? Okay,
Okay,
that is
yeah.
actually a big number. Like, I know
But-
80 sounds exaggerated, but 50 is actually like from 44 to 45%.
I think, but that's like basically like the same as America's. Obesity rate. Okay, so theirs is lower, but it's not much lower. 40% compared to 45.
What about?
It's increasing though every year.
Oh yeah,
like-
for sure. Like, man, I don't think nobody has realized, but when you go to like an elementary, you start seeing a little bit.
There's so many. I'm going into education, and literally just went to a classroom the other day, and it was like at least there was only like 10 students in the class.
Yep.
And there was about 4 that were just overweight, like maybe like 3, 4 that were just like, overweight at that age, and it's like, what's gonna happen when they graduate and they, become an adult? They're just gonna continue the habits they are, and they're just gonna keep getting bigger because their metabolism's gonna slow down.
Yeah.
everything, they're just gonna keep gaining weight and just be more and more unhealthy.
And if we date back to what we said about how AI is making us lazier, it's basically becoming the Wally movie. You know how Wally like
Yeah.
it's crazy how we became so we were once hunters and gatherers like
Yeah.
to becoming dependent on technology and dependent on other things, external factors to survive.
You were talking about this. Yeah.
Yes, bro. Yeah, man.
Where's? I'm trying to see the actual.
By and large.
There we go.
By I can't remember.
Yeah, they wouldn't even walk.
Yeah, man.
It's insane.
Do we got any napkins in here?
Why can I not get out of this? Okay, we just gotta do. But anyways, yeah, the obesity rates and stuff like that is just unreal.
Yeah, man. Like,
And cancer is also just. I want to see how many people actually have cancer.
probably like 2%, 3%.
Also, do you think that there is a cure for cancer? And if there is, do you think the government is trying to hide it?
Like, I believe that cancer is the most profitable
Mm-hmm. For the medical industry.
for the medical industry. It's one of the, it's the number, I believe it is top 3 for sure, but it is a very profitable business. It's a, I believe it's $1 trillion. It's $1 billion business, and if you sell the cure to that, the possibility of our medical field collapsing is high. Like, salaries of many of our doctors, of our nurses are dependent on these
Mm-hmm.
profits.
And it's like a never-ending cycle, because you take it like this: a doctor, basically, they have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for their school in order to become a doctor. Now, yes, they do make a high salary, but it's mainly so that because they work so much and there's not many of them, and there needs to be a high quality level of doctors that, and they also have to pay off their loans and all the things that they're in so much in debt going into being a doctor, like when they first get the job. And it's like, wow. And then you can also include the insurance
Yeah.
scams that are going on. Oh my goodness, insurance scams. It's unbelievable. Like, medical bills are insane, and then insurance comes in and you pay a certain amount per month, and they say, well, we'll only cover up to this much. And it's just not like regulated at all, but you also have to have it. It's a requirement to have it.
Yeah, like,
So it's literally just, I think insurance is one of the biggest scams out there in the world. Yes, it does help if you have a lot of trouble, like if you have get in a wreck, or this happens, this person is in the hospital for this reason. It could be a big help for payment wise, but for the most part, like, it is just a scam to trying to get your money.
yeah, man. And
And-
actually recently, or not so recently, but did you hear about the United Healthcare CEO getting assassinated by
yes,
Luigi?
by Luigi.
And what was the reason
I don't
he
know.
was assassinated? Well, Luigi had a mother that was suffering of, I believe it was actually bone cancer.
Bone cancer.
And you can look up Luigi's what is it called, when a, not testimony, but
His like questioning, like when he was being questioned,
his motives.
motives. They really didn't know him, right? They didn't really know the motives. Well, didn't he also have like a spinal injury or something, and he had like a plate,
Yeah, I
or
believe
like
it was
some kind of some kind of device put in his back.
injury.
Yeah, had something to do with
Manifesto. There we go.
it. Manifesto.
Yeah.
Where is this at? I'm not seeing it.
Well, the word manifesto. It finally came into my.
Mm. So you want me to look up manifesto?
Yeah.
Which one? We'll just go.
Yeah. Let's just go.
For any strife of traumas, blah blah blah. The manifesto was found on Mingoni. Rest of McDonald's. Blah blah blah. To the feds, I'll keep it short, because I do respect what you do for our country. To save you a lengthy investigation, I state plainly that I wasn't working with anyone. That was it.
Well.
Oh, this was fairly trivial. Some elementary social engineering, basic patience. I do apologize for any strife of traumas, but it had to be done.
Yeah.
Frankly, these parasites simply had it coming. A reminder, the U.S. has the #1 most expensive healthcare system in the world, yet we rank roughly 42 number 42 in the life expectancy. That is a good point. We're the #1 most expensive, but yet we're only
He did this
42.
for revenge.
That's insane. I didn't know that we were that low.
Yeah,
I would have thought we were like top 5.
Oh no.
That's insane.
No.
So who's won?
Probably like Norway.
Taiwan.
Taiwan.
Okay, let's look at the numbers. Wow. Taiwan, South Korea, Australia, Japan, Canada. Canada's surprising that it's that high, I'm going to be honest. But aren't they like, their healthcare is more, I want to say their healthcare is more like
You.
government funded, like, instead of, you know what I'm saying? Like, they basically like Obamacare, but for Canada, like entirety of Canada.
A lot of other countries have free healthcare for a lot of individuals, but it also depends. Well, the quality may not be the best,
Right.
but healthcare will be there for you. Maybe not the best quality of healthcare, but you will receive aid. Now, who funds that aid? I have no clue if it's through the government or through corporation subsidized taxes, which I do believe that the U.S. takes out too many taxes from its citizens.
Yeah, I do too. And then we use it for dumb purposes like
Really
funding
dumb purposes.
transgender studies in freaking Uganda or something.
Well, we could just be using it for better purposes to better our, not just individual citizens, but help the situation that we are in right now. Help people who are in need. Basically, better control of our money
Yes,
is
we
what
100%
we need.
need that. And I mean, that's a lot what like the DOJ was trying to do with Elon Musk.
Yeah.
But like we've talked about this before, that it was, I think for the most part it was a good attempt, but the money it cost to fund the project kind of just equalizes it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see.
This is still a growing topic. Like, we're still yet to find the solution or finally like the resolution to many of our problems. Like, our problems are always growing, and we just have to keep an eye on what's going on in the world right now, especially our in our nation.
Mm.
Many, many crazy things are going on that it takes a person thinking outside the box to realize, and that's why I believe that AI is so dangerous because it's letting people stop thinking outside the box, and
It's just getting them to think about
getting them to,
whatever I put is what is right.
yep, that's it.
And you have to trust, you can't trust just sources from an AI.
Oh yeah.
Because actually, have you seen that the trying to think. I guess I just need to put Israeli buying AI. Israel bought AI company. I think they use OpenAI. This happened just like a few days ago, though. Here, I think this is it. Raises another 100 million, valued at 700 million, to fund AI. Let's just allow ads. Okay, there we go. On Tuesday, said it had raised another 100 million in private funding, whose AI agents adapt outputs local cultures. It raised 34 million in initial rounds in July, after the company was launched earlier this year. But basically, they just bought they bought into AI, and it's just kind of scary seeing like countries invest in something that
So
a lot of people use.
yeah,
I mean, especially in America, and yeah.
it raises concern about censorship
Here,
and how
Israel wants to train ChatGPT to be more pro-Israel. I don't know about you, but I've been seeing like a lot of my TikTok pages and stuff that is very, very like pro Israel, and like stop anti-Semitic hate, all this kind of like ads and stuff that it's like what is this?
yeah, it's
Why is this
confusing.
popping on my TikTok when I'm scrolling through watching memes and stuff? I don't know, it's just kind of like weird that it's just that group. It's not like, how about we stop all hate to all races?
Yeah.
So
The funniest one was it was like a photo, and it said, "Listen to 1 hour of Israeli podcast for $15 an hour per
Wow.
hour." That was funny. And
what a joke.
and the caption said, "Oh hell no." But yeah, I think for our next topic or for our next episode, we should start researching more. We're talking about Palantir and how Palantir is a questionable company that is on the rise, and all of its technologies that it uses. So basically, it's a data analytics, software analytical. It tracks your data, my data.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, and it all puts it under a system, and under that system, it can predict and make algorithms. So what you might do, what I might do in case I committed a crime, what I might be doing, or what might be my next move. It is a big surveillance company whose CEO is also Jewish, Alex Karp.
Wow.
It has three main platforms, which is, the first one is Gotham, which is used by the military to track people, criminals, and fly drones around the world. Basically, it's a big satellite around the world. It's big satellites around the world that can show you and place pinpoints what's going on right there at that one point, where cars are traveling, and locates cars. It's very scary.
Yeah. Unreal.
But yeah, that was pretty good session. Talking.
Yeah. Is there anything we want to add or anything? Or just
Yeah,
we good for today?
yeah. We probably just need to bring more people here. We need more people to realize that there's problems going around in this world, and
We
not
need
open
to-
their eyes, but at least let them think for themselves. Because what's going on in society right now is we're having less free thinkers.
Yeah.
More. We have a lot more knowledge at the tip of our fingers, but the fact that we're not thinking outside the box anymore is scary. Because when we're made to follow orders and not think outside the box and maybe question those orders, makes you question what are what the motives or our own motives and the motives of the people that are leading us are. Or, in other words, we need to start asking more questions.
Yeah. We don't need to trust just everything
We
that
don't
we
need to
read
trust
on the news or media outlets or anything, because they can be swayed in a certain opinion. We
Exactly.
need to just see what the actual true information is and make our own fundamental opinions based on that knowledge. Instead of listening to what somebody says and saying, oh yeah, that's 100% right, and
Exactly.
going with it. So
Exactly.
I think that is a good spot to end. It was fun.
Huh?
It was fun.
That was fun.
It was fun. So
That was fun, bro.